All right, Bronco Nation, welcome. This is the Bronco Country Roundup. I'm Evan Sanford, joined by Chase Glorfield and Chris Van Sickle. Welcome, welcome. We have a Bronco win to celebrate. Now, real quick from the get-go, I just want to let you all know that this is going to be kind of a odd week. We've had just kind of a recording update. So we were filming on Sunday and doing our usual podcast. And this is just going to be a regular episode. We're going to cover some recruiting, the UNLV game, and we're going to preview the San Diego State game. Now, tomorrow, we're going to film with Carter. He's going to be able to join us for that. And we're going to, on that podcast, that's when we're going to announce the winner of our contest, which we'll talk about here in a second. And then that podcast will be posted on Tuesday, the 29th. So the winner will be announced on the 29th. And so, yeah, just a little abnormal scheduling, but you get more.
Don't leave now. It's going to get better, I promise.
Yeah, you get more content. It's just we all live very busy lives, so we just want to accommodate, and it works out for you because you get to see more of us.
And it's your lucky day. Two lucky 2 days for you, I guess.
That, you see, that's the real treat of it all. More me.
More Evan in my life is a better life.
All right. All right, so let's go ahead, throw up the preview to the contest there.
Well, yeah, we're working on it. We are gonna get that going tomorrow. I'm gonna round up all the names.
There it is.
Get your entry in. I'm gonna say I need it in by at least 2:00 Mountain Standard Time on the 28th. After that, I'm sorry, you waited a little too long. I got to get those names in a proverbial hat, if you will, and then we'll get that all ready to go. But I'm excited for it. I think we're up to 60-ish entries.
There we go.
Take this moment to congratulate you two and Carter and Kevin. Kevin, he's kind of the boss behind the scenes. We are up to 200 subscribers on YouTube, which is super exciting. It's
Kevin's our Don Corleone.
Super.
And I'm Fredo.
What?
Kevin is our Don Corleone, and I'm Fredo.
People disappear if you mess up. That's all I'm saying. But we're very lucky to be able to do this, and we have people that watch us and either make fun of us or actually listen to us. I don't really care either way, but thank you
for watching, whether you're making fun of us or enjoying it. You're still watching.
Yeah, view's a view, comment's a comment. There's still an open position for a channel troll if you really want to pick apart here. Comment's a comment, so I'll take whatever you want to throw at us. But yes, back to the contest. Going to pick that tomorrow. Super exciting Friday night game against San Diego State. Evan, back to you.
Yeah, and so just one more thing to add. I'm not sure if Chris said it or not, but we hit 200 subscribers on the channel, and that is freaking awesome. That is something that we never really expected. We got this started, as we've said, just as a coping mechanism for our sports obsession. Or maybe that's just me. But anyways, like you guys, you tune in every week, listen to us kind of ramble and banter, and it's really fun. And thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to be an idiot online.
Sanctioned idiocy. I love it.
Well, okay, moving on. Recruiting. We have just a small little update that Chase will take us through. But real quick, I want to just point out an article that was written by Sean Goodwin for the Idaho Statesman. It is titled, "As War Began, This Half Ukrainian Teen Fell in Love with Football. Next Stop, Boise State." And Sean wrote an amazing article about our commit, the German-born offensive lineman. Actually, I'm not sure if he was born in Germany or Ukraine, but his mother is Ukrainian. His dad is German. and it is I'm going to butcher this name. Daniil Stark. I'm guessing that's how you say it.
Sounds good to me.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, anyways, he is committed to the Broncos. He's going to gray shirt, so he will join the team in 2026. And go check out that article that Sean just did an awesome job writing. It is a great story. Hopefully we'll remember to put the link in the description below. But if we don't, just check out the Statesman. Great article. But anyways, on to Chase with a little recruiting update.
Yeah, so very interesting. On Tuesday, Boise State offered a JUCO running back, Wayman Jordan Jr. He's at a Hutchinson Community College there in Kansas. Originally from, looking here, Pensacola, Florida, up in the Panhandle. And I say interesting because off the top of my head, I don't remember a JUCO running back ever really coming to Boise State. Not a lot of running backs from JUCO Boise State recruits, I guess is what I'm saying. But he's a JUCO All-American. Looking at his stats, he has 984 rushing yards, averages 123 rushing yards a game, 14 touchdowns on the season. He's 5'10", 200, so kind of a big, stocky guy. And we can speculate all we want on what that means for Boise State's current running back stable. I don't know anything. Maybe they just need healthy bodies. Maybe someone is transferring. I don't know. But they offered a JUCO All-American running back at a Hutchinson Community College, Wayman Jordan Jr.
Running backs and pass rushers. You can never have enough healthy of either. So
facts.
And again, we dip into the JUCO ranks, find another stud. With the way recruiting has changed, it opens up the JUCO ranks for a Boise State to swoop in and get some of those highly touted prospects. I think it's going to be a trend under this Danielson regime, and I like it because we're going to lose a lot of experience this offseason. The returning players, I don't know what the combined carries are, but it's not a lot. So
yeah, that's the thing. You lose Jeanty and Crow, and the next, I think Chris mentioned earlier, we behind him, not a ton of carries, and so some experience is not a bad thing.
Absolutely. And then, of course, we're seeing with the attrition at the position, you need some bodies there.
Yep.
Yeah.
The more talented, the better, but you just need bodies. Otherwise, you're going to have a wide receiver playing running back. We don't want that.
I'd take Cam Bates back in the backfield, but that's probably for another time. I like Cam Bates. I think we should see more Cam Bates. But
absolutely on which I was going to bring this up later, but on an end around, which we saw, or a jet sweep. Sorry, not end around, jet sweep. What Dylan Riley did, that was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's actually probably a good segue. If that's all we've got for recruiting today, we can jump right into UNLV. So new thing today, I'm going to challenge both of you guys to, before we get into the good, bad, and ugly, give out your game balls, offense, defense. Chris, Chase, who wants to go first? Who gets your game ball?
Okay. My offensive game ball is going to our boy Maddox Madsen. He absolutely balled out. Teams keep challenging him, say, hey, we're going to stack the box. We're going to see if Madsen can beat us. And he did. That first run of his when he took off, and I was like, well, where does this come from? I know he's mobile, but he's never really shown anything like that before. He stayed in there. He took some hits. He threw the ball accurately for the most part, still off a little bit, but he balled out. We needed that kind of performance from him, and it's exactly what we got to beat UNLV. So shout out to Mad Dog. Gets my offensive game ball.
Oh, heck yeah. Chris, offensive game ball?
Well, I was thinking about Maddox, and then I'll just take the obvious one. How about Ashton Jeanty playing clearly? I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's speculation. Maybe a little dinged up. It's hard when you play as well as him. People are going to think that a 128 yards and a touchdown is a bad game, which I don't think any of us could have done that against a Pee-wee football team. I know I certainly couldn't. So Ashton Jeanty, I've already heard people say that this last game hurt his Heisman stock. I think it should do the opposite, honestly. this kid is showing that grit, that toughness, that thing that makes you a Heisman winner. Like, it used to be the Heisman was more than just stats on a page. It was what you meant to your team and what your team's season was. And this is a great, amazing season for Boise State. And I don't have to, no shocker here, but this would not be happening without Ashton Jeanty. And they don't win that game without Ashton Jeanty. So Ashton Jeanty, shocker, I know, but amazing game, even though his longest run, I believe, let me double check, 16 yards. I mean, he was almost averaging that not that long ago. So gritty, playing through injury. So Ashton Jeanty gets my game ball.
Yeah, anyone who says that this game hurt Jeanty's Heisman chances, in my opinion, is an idiot, total moron. And I believe as a doctor, I can say that. I'm qualified to say that. So there you go.
Sorry to interrupt, but for me, like, this is the LeBron James factor. And here's what I mean by that. MJ is the GOAT, right? He's been the GOAT forever. LeBron James comes along and MJ's GOATness feels challenged, or whoever, people who pay attention to that. So they start nitpicking and trying to disparage and trying to discredit. The fact that Jeanty is having all these haters, right, these online haters, shows you that he's there threatening, he's there challenging the status quo as a G5 Heisman candidate. So bring on the hate. Let it flow through you. Jeanty doesn't care. He's going to do his thing.
And Absolutely. Jordan's still the GOAT for the record.
Well, my game ball my offensive game ball went to Maddox Madsen. I felt like this was the coming out party we needed. He put the team on his back when they sold out to stop Ashton Jeanty. This is also, weirdly enough, I consider Jeanty's Heisman moment for all the reasons that Chris just said. He also stepped up. They loaded the box against him. They sold out on one thing, and that was to stop Ashton Jeanty. And they couldn't really do that. 39 yards in the touchdown. That I would not call that stopping Ashton Jeanty. He came up clutch in those short yardage situations when we needed to convert. We converted. He was everything we needed him to be. He didn't pop the big one. Oh no, that's not going to happen every single game, but he did everything and more that we asked of him. Like Spencer Danielson called him a war daddy. Yeah. They say that playing a college football game is like getting into a weekly car accident. That's how it feels with your body. You saw the way he looked, just all his jersey messed up, helmet scratched, dinged up. That's not just a car accident. That's getting hit by a freight train, and he's still going.
Mm-hmm.
Maddox Madsen gets my game ball because he elevated his game, and that was the coming out party that we needed. But this was also Ashton Jeanty's Heisman moment, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But defense, who gets your game ball?
I got to go with Alexander Tubner.
Oh, dang, you're just taking all.
Sorry, that's what you get for having me go first. I will say this, so he was ejected last game, right? He missed. He got a targeting penalty. Finished with 14 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 1 sack. He was all over the place. His run support was phenomenal, and he was smart about it. He didn't lower his head. He didn't try to lower that boom and get a huge penalty. He was the exact type of captain and leader Boise State needed defensively in that game, and he stepped up big time. So Alexander Tubner, his glorious mustache, they get my defensive game ball.
That was my pick. Dang it! Well, I've got a backup just in case.
You can get 2. It's okay.
Chris, who you got?
Well, my game ball, defensive game ball, is going to go to Jaden Virgin Morgan. Another game with a sack and a half. He's really coming on, taking into his on his own role with this defense. UNLV's quarterback was running for his life all game. They had 6 sacks. I love what Jaden Virgin Morgan is bringing opposite of Ahmad Hassani. And I think this is going to become a very elite pass rush. Well, it is an elite pass rush, but I love what he's doing, having a breakout season that I was hoping he would have. So Jaden Verge-Morgan.
So my backup, because I really felt like Alexander Tubner deserved the game ball, but a close second for me was Andrew Simpson, because not just for the interception, but because like that has been the pass coverage, that's been the part of the game, part of his game, I should say, that's been criticized the most, and he steps up. He played very well, and he got an interception to boot.
Isn't that 2 interceptions in 2 games against UNLV for him?
That's right.
Last year, yeah.
Wearing the cast.
Yes. Yep, that's right.
That I remember. That was insane.
Yeah, that was crazy.
A 1.5-handed interception. Like it's hard enough just to catch a football with one hand.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like in a cast when clearly it hurts. Anyways, well, we're kind of already on it, but good, bad, ugly. What did you love from the game? What did you hate from the game? Chase, go ahead, get us started.
The much maligned defense, I think, is going to be my good. What did Shenander say in that clip we played last week? That the defense is better when they're on the hunt, when they're out there hunting. That's exactly what they did. Hajj Malik Williams is good. He made plays. When you send an all-out blitz like Boise State did a few times, you leave that kind of secondary open, right, where the linebackers should be, and he took advantage of that. But what they finished with 6 sacks on the night, tons of tackles for loss, the pick, and you held UNLV to 24 points, a team that averages double that. So
one thing they've got to do better with when they do that is they spied him. I think it was Notriani. It was the spy on those plays, and he still got past him.
Took some bad angles. Turns out Hajj Malik Williams is really, really quick too. Yeah. But that's one of those things where you take the good with the bad, and overall the average went in Boise State's favor on those calls. So I was happy for the defense. That's my good for the game.
I love that. I agree with that. I just wanted to add, those angles. That's like the missing link. Like if you're gonna do that and leave a spy, it's like okay, just like I'd almost would have rather like that Notriani just sit back and let him get a few yards and make a sure tackle rather than just trying to like go for the TFL and have
leave that.
It's so hard to tell yourself to slow down. It's such a split second thing. Well, that's truly what makes the difference between the greats and the goods. Is the greats have that moment where they go, "Oh, let's slow this down a little bit," but
that patience,
Yep.
But that's also the fans' perspective, being able to sit and watch it and like watch it happen in real time. It's like, oh no, if you just like took a better angle, that's easy to say. Whereas if you actually have the face mask on, you're going in real time, like actually trying to make the thing. Like mistakes were made.
Yep.
Mistakes happen. But it's something that I think is a coachable thing. Like they can watch the film on that and say, like, okay, if you could sit back or maybe take a different angle on this, then maybe he gains 5 instead of 15.
Yeah.
Yep.
But but Chris, go ahead. What was your good?
So my good is the passing game, and I would say in particular, I'm going to say the wide receivers. Maddox Matson, I have been a Max Matson fan the whole time. I know some people still aren't sold on him. I think he's done great. I think that what's been lacking is a little help, actually. And this week we saw some of that. Prince Strachan in particular, I thought had a really good game. Matson did miss him in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. That was a bummer. But overall, they stepped up, made some plays. Strachan had 2 catches for 43 yards. Austin Bolt had the exact same matching stats. Now that I'm looking at the box score, I felt like this was one of the first games where they actually really helped Maddox. Whereas it hasn't always. I said this to I think Evan off the podcast, but our 50-50 ball, I think we're 10-90 right at this point. They are not winning any of those 50-50 balls or haven't been.
No.
And it was nice to see some of them step up. Obviously, Cam Camper has been amazing. all season. But to see some other guys step up, and then I will give a shout out because I interviewed him, so I like him extra. Matt Wagner.
That catch was ridiculous.
That was amazing. He almost got me off
helping Madsen. Like that pass was high. That was a little bit off target. He went up and helped Madsen, just like what you said. Finally getting some help. Beautiful.
Yeah. So Matt Wagner, love you, dude. A heck of a catch. Keep it up. That's my good.
Yeah, no, honestly, pass game, just jumping off of that, I 100% agree. That was like Maddox Madsen's coming out party. There's still, it's kind of interesting. They're still extremely streaky. It's like they have to get into a rhythm. There was a lot of really good creativity, like when Dirk has him rolling out on a bootleg or something. And then the timing's still a little off. Timing is off at times. No pun intended. And then weirdly enough, something that it wasn't just me who noticed this. I saw some comments online. Maddox seems to struggle with shorter passes more than any other pass. Like the screen, he's like rocketing them in from a short distance, and they are hard to like bring in.
Well, even that mid-range stuff, he doesn't step into those throws sometimes. They end up overhead or in the dirt. Like he's just a little off sometimes.
Well, and I think it goes back to something Cutter said, and I believe they mentioned on the broadcast, but he sometimes aims the balls instead of just throwing the ball. And especially on those shorter ones, if you're aiming it, it's going to go any which way. He's just got to let it fly. And I do think he has missed a couple of those shorter ones, but overall, let's for a second remember he's a sophomore.
And you got to get him in rhythm. Which, like, if he seems to struggle with the short passes the most, which is kind of like weird, it's almost harder to get him in rhythm. But then once he is, he's like on it. He's like. He's dealing. He's like a surgeon back there, just cutting up the defense. But yeah, it's like you just got to get him into a rhythm. And how do you do that when he seems to struggle with the shorter passes more? Which is that's a problem for people above my pay grade. But so my good was actually on both sides of the ball. Is the creativity, and that's also my bad. The offense is at its best when it's not necessarily shying away from the game plan, which is to get Ashton Jeanty going between the tackles, but sprinkling in a little bit of, I don't want to say like trickeration, but like getting creative, like a first down play instead of running up the gut, changing it up a little bit and having Maddox Madsen go on a bootleg. Get it going, get into a hurry up. But then the creativity is also the bad, because when they stay like with their game plan, the base like vanilla offense, we're going 3 and out. So would like to see Jeanty go off tackle a little bit more. Love to see that. But yeah. And then it's the same for the defense, because Chinander is at his best when he's attacking and he's getting creative, bringing his blitzers. Then he's also not at his best when he's doing exactly what they think they're gonna do. So,
you get the good with the bad.
You get the good with the bad. So creativity is honestly my good and bad. Chase, what's your bad?
All right, I'm gonna try and be politically correct and nice here.
Oh boy.
The Mountain West officials are not great.
Oh yeah.
And I just want to give a shout out to Robert Turbin, the color announcer. Madison Maddox, I think that's what he referred to Maddox the first like 5 minutes of that game. It was hilarious. I was dying. He fixed it. He was great. He's doing a great job. He's learning. I do miss Aaron Taylor. I want our boy Aaron Taylor back.
Where did he go?
He's calling big boy games on CBS now.
Oh, what?
Yeah, Aaron Taylor. Sorry.
You never know what that guy's going to say. Anyway, so my bad was the officials. Like, there are things they reviewed and didn't review that I'm like, what are we even doing? And this isn't on the officials, but that's 2 Boise State games in a row when we've had an official go down on the field and get injured or something happen. and that's not on them. It's just a little more consistency, a little more being open and not. I don't know. It was just frustrating to watch a game and see holds not get called, but then Jeanty scores a touchdown and something that wasn't a hold at all gets called a hold for Boise State. Just the inconsistency is frustrating.
Yeah. Also, I think UNLV fans would also agree with that. Like, they got some bum calls. We got some bum calls.
Yeah.
I do think it evened out for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're going to complain about the flop, but also, hey, like, maybe don't give
headbutt someone.
Yeah, maybe don't like shove our guy. Like it.
Yeah.
Of course, Amari and McCoy is going to go down. Don't give him that opportunity.
Right.
Like,
right. And I know a lot of UNLV folks were complaining about the blindside block, which would have given them a first down. But I will point out
that one was textbook.
I don't think it was. I wouldn't say it was necessarily textbook, but they missed a false start on that play too.
Yeah, they missed a lot of false starts. There were 5 or 6 times when I'm like, that right tackle is moving well before that ball is snapped.
Yeah.
So
no, like that officiating was garbage. And yeah,
can we be fined for that? Can we be fined for saying that? I don't think we can.
We're not officially associated with the school, so no.
Yes. I don't have. Well, in that case, I got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, and Robert Turbin, as a Seahawks fan, like it kills me to watch you struggle. But it's like, dude, get better.
Addison Maddox.
Oh, yeah, that's hard to listen to.
I believe he also made the comment that we very rarely have any special teams miscues. All right, buddy.
I remember talking to my son out loud. I'm like, has he watched any games coming into like?
Yeah.
He covered us against Hawaii.
I know.
It's like, are you kidding me?
Well, and in that Hawaii game, if we really want to go back, he also said that we very rarely have any defensive miscommunication. So,
UNLV's first touchdown.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll take my bad.
Yeah. Please.
Quarterback containment. If you blitz as much as we blitz, and I'm not complaining, please continue to blitz the crap out of them. Somebody's got to contain the quarterback a little bit better. I will say huge shout out to UNLV's quarterback. He is a stud. I truly think that he could catch on somewhere in the NFL. He's very athletic, has a good throwing motion. He's a stud. But that being said, you still need to have a little bit more containment of the quarterback. This isn't the first time that a running quarterback has burned us. So I think that we need to improve a little bit on that. But overall, I think they handled it pretty well.
Yeah, no, 100%. And that goes back to like when we did blitz, we had a linebacker spying and he still got past them. Like, freakish athlete, credit where credit is due, but also like, hey, we got to do a little bit better on contain.
Imagine
and by a little, I mean a lot.
From the school because you feel like you're not getting paid, and then the backup quarterback's better than you.
It doesn't seem that close, honestly. You kind of wonder how.
Yeah, he was good. He was legit.
Yeah, but like that's been a running trend. Like mobile quarterback, just like what was it? Shager got a few yards on us.
French guy from Georgia Southern.
Yeah. Like, gotta be better at contain. Like, I don't know if that's like maybe change the package or the personnel package to have an inside linebacker instead of your middle linebacker on. I don't know, but
I'd say spying with Shea Oladipo, but he's blitzing so well. I had to find a way to shout him out. A safety or nickelback having over 6 sacks this part of the season is insane. So a little extra shout out to Shea Oladipo.
Yeah, but yeah, like with just like I said earlier, the creativity with the blitzes is great, but then sometimes like just when we line up, you know exactly what's coming, or like we're gonna only rush 3. It's the lack of creativity and just going with the base defense that then bites us in the butt.
Yeah,
like it's oh well. But we all agreed a couple weeks ago that this defense is what it is, and it's getting a lot of sacks. You take the good with the bad. And are they holding opponents under 30? For the most part, yes. And can our offense score over 30? For the most part, yes. So we'll take it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Can you give a quick go Broncos?
Go Broncos.
Yeah.
All right. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Moving on, unless do you guys have any final thoughts about the UNLV game?
I did mention this before. That game was close. One score game, right? Time management. It came down to kind of smaller things, and UNLV, Barry Odom's time management was not great. Using 2 timeouts.
Oh, my ugly.
Sorry, this is going to be my ugly too.
Yeah.
What he says here is what I said.
Yeah. Used 2 timeouts in the third quarter when he advocated for that. When he was short of the first down late in that game, he was down to pointing like he his metal detector found a old engagement ring in the sand or something. Like he's pointing at the ground. He allowed Boise State to run another play, which burnt more time off the clock. And when you're running low on timeouts and running low on options, the last thing you want is more time burnt off the clock. So I was just I feel like Boise State could have and should have won by more, but it came down to those small things like game management and time management that Boise State did better. So
8-minute drive to end the game. That
whole sucking drive.
That was a heck of a tweet there, Chase. When they started and the clock was moving, I'm like, there's no way they can take this all the way down, can they? They're gonna have to score again. And then dun 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 dun, and it just kept going, and it was I love it. It's so beautiful.
I was texting my friends and I was just saying oh wow, okay, we're taking it to the 2-minute warning, and then I was doing okay, they got to get one more first down. Then Madsen just takes a knee right outside the 2-minute warning. I was like, wait a minute. I'm bad at math. Okay, we win. The game's over.
I did the same thing, dude.
That was a 15-play drive that covered, let's see here, about 47 yards.
That's crazy.
And
that one you got to chalk that up to a little bit of Dirk Cutter's experience. That's planned. That doesn't happen on accident.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh my goodness. I guess one thing that I don't want to call it ugly, but one thing I don't really like is how little Ashton Jeanty comes off the field. He is our best player. We want him on the field, but I don't think if we're going to run between tackles, it wouldn't kill them to give Tyler Crow the ball for a few of those, spell Jeanty a little bit, stop him from getting so banged up because we are going to need him. I don't think it would kill them to be a tad bit more creative with how they run. Don't think it would kill them to be a tad bit more creative with some of the route running concept.
Don't take Carter's steam here. You know what he's going to talk about tomorrow.
That's true. Okay, I will stop.
Hear it already.
Yeah. That off the tackle rush apparently is the fix for everything. Haha, Carter, I'm just giving you crap.
No. Well, honestly, I think the base offense is working, but when you can't, okay. Carter's gonna say this tomorrow.
That's gonna be his soapbox of all soapboxes, I do believe. So
yeah. I will save that, viewers. Just tune in on Tuesday because it is going to be the Bronco Country Roundup, Carter's version. He is our Taylor Swift. He gets his own version. We're gonna have to make him do, instead of the blue field backdrop, he's gonna have the Eras tour. I don't know. Or Taylor.
No, I'd like to ask Carter, how many times has he been compared to Taylor Swift in his life? I reckon this is the first time.
Yeah. No, he needs a Taylor Swift his favorite album, as his backdrop.
I also bet he doesn't have a favorite Taylor Swift album.
No. He totally does. He's definitely a closeted Swiftie. I can tell.
Okay, you're a little closer to her than I am, apparently, if you know what's in his closet, buddy.
All right. Any other final thoughts from the UNLV game?
Go Broncos.
Go Broncos. Yes.
I think we played well. We played well enough to earn the win. I think it could have been better on both sides of the ball, but not going to complain against a really good UNLV team.
Yep.
And we have what I think is a underrated, underappreciated opponent next week. San Diego State. They can play some good defense. We're opening up as, 28.5 or 29-point favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't buy it. I don't gamble, and nor should you. Gambling is bad, and don't gamble. There's my medical advice of the day. Don't gamble. So just
That's fair.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't buy that. Their defense is
that's
too
a
good.
big margin, man. And
Yeah.
UNLV, or not UNLV, San Diego State always, no matter what, plays tough defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got good coaching. Sean Lewis is still like building his program, getting his personnel in. It's kind of a rebuilding year for them, but they can move the ball on offense. They score. What they get? We were all watching that game last night. 24 points on Wazoo.
Yeah. Yep.
They can still move the ball.
Two freshman quarterback's pretty good.
Yeah.
As long as he's healthy. He went out for a little bit, but came back in and did
the
pretty
injury
good.
Looked pretty bad. I was pretty shocked he came back
That
in.
shoulder looked nasty, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think this is a gimme by any stretch. It's nice that we get him on the blue, but this is not a gimme. But Chase, I'll start with you. What do you want to see out of the Broncos for this game?
Well, it's going to be 50 degrees is the high that day, so it's not going to be that see your breath cold like it was a few years ago when Jay Ajayi was playing for the Broncos. I don't know if you guys remember that game. It was like negative.
I was at that game.
It was brutal.
We actually kind of. When did we wuss out? I forget what it was. Late in the game, but we did. A number of us wussed out, and we went to the student union building and
can't do this anymore.
Game on TV. Yeah, we wussed out.
So it's going to be cold. It'll be less than that. I mean, it's going to be a late kickoff, so it'll cool down. Right now, San Diego State gives up more points than they score. They're averaging 22 points per game and giving up 23. And as you guys said, I think that comes down to their offense has a hard time moving the ball or scoring a little bit it's more that than an indictment on their defense. So I want to see Boise State control this game, whether it's Jeanty or some of our other running backs. Maybe Breezy will be healthy and be able to play. Get Dylan Riley, Tyler Crow, do creative, maybe take some of that pressure off Jeanty, like you were saying, Evan. And again, I want to see our defense force a couple more turnovers. We got one against UNLV. Didn't turn it over once on our end. I want to see us kind of make life a little bit more miserable for them and see if we can contain a quarterback who's maybe a little bit mobile as well. So,
yeah, Chris, what you got?
I'd like to not see Ashton Jeanty play in the second half.
Yeah.
It's a crazy world we live in. A couple years ago, we were complaining because we thought that him not playing the second half was going to hurt his Heisman candidacy, and now as I sit here today, I'm kind of leaning towards resting him. Honestly, poor guy needs it and deserves it. But dominate, I guess, is my actual answer. I don't want this to be close. I want to see them be able to rest people in the second half because I think that was, as Danielson said, a heavyweight match. And this team is going to come out banged up from it, whether we see it or they limped off the field or not. Like Evan said, that's a great way to put it. Every college football game is like taking
getting into a car accident.
Sorry, I got kids.
Oh, you're good.
Light fell. It's a real mess over here. Anyways, I want to see them nominate and rest. There you go.
Absolutely. I view this as I don't want to say get right game for the defense because it's not like they've been wrong much. It's like they give up a lot of big plays. I want to see us try to really nip that in the bud. If they give up one long pass or one long run, okay, so be it. You're going to get that. But really just keep them in contain all game. Don't let them move the ball. Make it like what Chase said. Make it really uncomfortable. Make it hard for that quarterback. Contain a little bit better. He is pretty mobile. Let's make his life a living nightmare. And to the fans who pack Albertson Stadium, make it loud. Keep up with that nice false start tradition. Honestly, I think Jeremiah Dickey's missing out on like a marketing thing because there was like some like ridiculous number of false starts generated at Albertson Stadium. Even in like 2021, I think like there was some kind of streak or something. Like we had the most like false starts generated. Like, yeah,
like for like a last decade or something. Yeah, it's not even all that close actually.
Yeah, get loud, show up, lose your voice, and especially like if you win the tickets we're giving away, like I hope you lose your voice. Like that is your job. If
Yeah,
you
when
get
I
these
when I
tickets-
send you the ticket for that you win, you have to sign an agreement saying you're going to be loud. I'm just saying, it's part of
the deal. But yeah, not a get right per se game for the defense, but like a just fire on all cylinders game. I guess that's probably a better way of putting it. Like let's see, because I think we are going to move the ball on them. They are a good defense, but if we can move the ball in Oregon, we can move the ball in UNLV, we can move the ball in San Diego State. We're going to find a way. Defense, like knock them out of the game early. Get like 3 picks. Give me a pick 6, scoop and score, something like that.
Pick 6. We're overdue.
Yeah, I want that. And special teams, you know what? Give me a return for a touchdown. You know what? Punt return. I want a punt return. That's
Get a little greedy over there, Evan. You're asking a lot.
Well, you know what? I'm a fan, so that's what I do.
I know. Fan is short for a fanatic.
Chris,
Exactly.
I have an assignment for you.
Okay.
Next time you talk to Coach Danielson, ask him what kind of gum he chews and how many packs he goes through during a game. He is violently chomping on that gum on the sidelines.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
He's like a weird combination of Lou Holtz and Pete Carroll.
I just really want to know. I asked him on Twitter, but he never responded. So,
well, I'll do my best, Chase. I make no promise.
I wonder if I'll hit Dickie up. I wonder if he'll know.
You're more likely to get an answer.
He'll probably. I'll ask him.
Actually, well, if you made it all the way to the end of the podcast, then let's guess. Viewers, guess in the comments what gum does Spencer Danielson chew. I'm gonna say he's a double bubble guy.
Well, because if you think about it, depending on how long the flavor lasts, right? If he's doing zebra stripe, that flavor lasts about 90 seconds. He's going to go through 12 packs a game. It just depends, you know.
Anyone got Big League Chew?
No.
He seems like a juicy fruit kind of guy to me. I don't know.
Okay. Ooh, juicy fruit. I haven't had juicy fruit in a hot minute. Oh, that's a good gum there, Chase.
I chew neuro gum, so I'm gonna go neuro gum because it has caffeine in it.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
Look it up. It's nice.
Well, hey, I learned something new. All right. Well, unless there's any other thoughts, and viewers, I invite you to guess what gum does Spencer Danielson chew on the sidelines, and we will try as hard as we have ever tried to get that answer for you. I will make a tweet.
A lot of pressure.
No, I will make one single tweet and tag Danielson in it.
Big J journalism. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. And see if he responds. Anyways, that brings us to the end of the Bronco Country Roundup. I'm Evan Sanford, joined by Chase Scorefield, Chris Van Sickle. Follow us on the tweeters, like, favorite, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you next time. Or actually, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Tomorrow you'll see me and Evan. Chase?
Yeah.
Go Cowboys.
Gotta do it.
Well,
no.
good night and go Broncos.
Go Broncos.